This is a video to show you how to upload standings into the Tournament Series Spreadsheet that I've created. So this is mainly used for English Tournament Series, although you may well have borrowed it from us to use for your series as well, which you'd be most welcome to do. It's obviously set to our scoring, but it probably can be tweaked to your needs as required. If you want the spreadsheet template, then drop me a line, probably best on Discord, and I'll be happy to share it with you. So the first thing to do is to get your standings data, either from TourPlay, BBTM, Score, or whichever system. You need to have this in a spreadsheet format. I'd recommend doing this in an external spreadsheet and then copying and pasting over to the series spreadsheet. If you use the TourPlay converter that I've done, that I've created, and there's a video for this, it should be fairly simple. If you've got BBTM, there's a data export function where you should be able to get the standings nice and easily. If you're using Score, I think you can export it as a PDF and convert that, although I've not done that personally. And if you're using any other system, you might potentially need to manually type in the data. You only really need two columns. You need the NAF name, which I've got here in column B, and the race in column C. Once you've got that, you should load up the spreadsheet for your series. So this is the one for the Southeast Series for 2025, and then you need to scroll to find the latest tab. Let's see how many events we got up to. So this is the 20th event of our series. So you can then enter data at the top in the white cells. So you can enter the name and the date. This is really just for reference, but obviously it will be helpful if you need to refer to anything at any point. So this was the Bexley Reapers Royale and was on the 7th of December. You then need to put in the number of games, which is for the multiplier that we're using for our series there, and the format, which was just a regular Blood Bowl event. So you can see here it's given us a multiplier of 1.4, which is how we planned the scoring for the English series for 2025. So if you then go back to your previous sheet, and you can just copy the NAF names and races into columns B and C here. So I'll do that like so. Oh, something went wrong. There we go. So that's pasted that in there. The reason you're entering the race is just to distinguish between stunty and non-stunty teams. If you don't have that, or you can just put in default races. So you could put in all non-stunty races as Amazon, or stunty races as Goblin. The exact race isn't needed. It's just these have a lookup to a table which distinguishes between stunty and non-stunty. You'll then want to see if there's any errors that have been made. So I can see here I've got a NAF number of 0, so I would double check this NAF name here. The other things that might happen is if the race isn't quite typed correctly. So if we had goblins, it would bring up an error, for example. There is a tab on the spreadsheet called NAF. What is it called? NAF download, which is a list of all the coaches, and I refresh this. Refers to a different spreadsheet which I refresh periodically. So if the coach has only recently signed up, then they might not be appearing there. I can't figure out the issue for this coach at the moment, but I will do so after the video. And There may be other errors that crop up. There's an error check tab on here, which I will show you. If everything is showing us okay, it's all good. If you get an error, then there's a little bit of an explanation about how you might be able to fix it. But you can always feel free to drop me a line, and I'll try and help as needed. One thing to note is not to rename the tabs. They're all called event and then a number. If you rename them, that will mess up the lookups. What else? So please don't type over any cell that isn't white, because that could mess things up. If something needs to be corrected here, then do let me know, and I'll let you know how to correct it without messing up the formulas. But when you've updated the this tab, all of your standings and stunty standing should automatically update. And for the English series, that automatically refreshes the website. Obviously, if you're not using that, then you can share it in any other way. But basically that's it. It's quite a simple process. Do shout if you have any questions about it. But other than that, hope it works for you.